magic of St. Kitts today. So I'm going to hand over to Susie. Susie, the stage is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Susie Trott, and as Sarah mentioned, I'm based in the UK, London. And I know that we have other source markets, other agents joining us, not just from the UK. So after this presentation, I will be able to share with you the relevant person for you to sort of follow up if you have any other questions that doesn't sort of relate to the UK. Really lucky as well that we have Jonette. Give us a wave, Jonette. She's actually in St. Kitts. So she's going to be running through our presentation, and we also have Carrie from Park Hyatt with us. So she will also be going through a very short presentation. So Jonette, over to you, and we'll begin the presentation on the beautiful island of St. Kitts.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I am from sunny St. Kitts, and I'm delighted to be here today to present to you our destination update. So before we get started, to those who I know many haven't been or do not know much about St. Kitts, so a quick brand update is that 2 years ago, we launched a new brand campaign called Venture Deeper. And what we want to do is that we are encouraging our visitors to come and immerse themselves in the destination. So not only come for sun, sea, and sand, but to immerse yourself into our history, our culinary, our culture, our activities. So without further ado, let me give you a taste of St. Kitts. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. So few facts about St. Kitts is that we are 68 square miles. So that means that you can get around, you can drive around the entire island of St. Kitts in maybe an hour and a half. Yes, we are very small, but I can promise you there's plenty to do on our island. We were first colonized by the British and the French. We speak English. We do drive on the left-hand side of the road. Our currency is the Eastern Caribbean dollar, which is $2.70 to $1. Capital city of St. Kitts is Bastia, which is French term meaning for basseterre, but we pronounce it as Bastia, which means lower land. The capital of Nevis is Charlestown. Our economy is primarily driven by tourism. We are still relatively new to tourism, as our main economic driver prior to 2005 was actually sugar. We have approximately 46,859 people living on St. Kitts and Nevis, so that's a combined total. And no, we do not know, we all do not know each other. As small as we are, we do not know it, we all do not know each other. So a few interesting facts is that Nevis, well, for St. Kitts is the ancestral home of U.S. President Thomas Jefferson. So Thomas Jefferson's great-great-great-grandfather, Samuel Jefferson, he actually received the first British land grant in the entire Western Hemisphere, and that was in St. Kitts. The birthplace of Alexander Hamilton, we all know that Alexander from the Hamilton play, that he was born in Nevis. We have the actress Cicely Tyson. She has roots to Nevis. And we have the oldest intact rum distillery, which was founded in 1681. That is actually on the property of Thomas Jefferson's great-great-grandfather. We also have the World UNESCO Heritage Site, Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park, and it's amazing. It speaks to the resilience, and it also has amazing panoramic views, but it also speaks strongly to how fortified the British were during that time of the world. And we also have, for the Brits on the call, we do have Cole Palmer. His ancestral roots are right from St. Kitts. Also Marcus Rashford as well. He also has ties to St. Kitts. So how do you get from the UK to St. Kitts? So we do have British Airways. They do flights twice weekly, Wednesdays and Saturdays. Other options that you can take is Virgin Atlantic. You can get to Antigua or Barbados, and you can either take inter-Caribbean or Caribbean islands to St. Kitts. Other airlines that frequent the destination, we do have non-stop daily flights twice on Saturdays out of Miami. With American Airlines, we do have Charlotte Saturday flights. We do have a non-stop JFK, and we do have Delta on Saturdays out of Atlanta. United Airways, which is seasonal Saturday flight from New Jersey. We do have seasonal Air Canada flight on Saturdays as well. And we do have JetBlue, who flies Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays out of JFK. We will also have a JFK seasonal flight as well on Saturdays via Delta. Other Caribbean carriers that we have is Silver Airways, connects you from San Juan. We do have Winair, and they are out of St. Martin. But what we realize as well is that they have also taken over Liat's gateways. So if anyone is familiar with Liat, as they did a number of runs throughout the Caribbean as well, Winair has also taken over those gateways as well. So out of Antigua, Tortola, and a number of other islands. We do have Inter-Caribbean Airways. They connect us from Barbados. Caribbean Airlines is from Port of Spain, Trinidad, and they also do a connection to Antigua. And then we do have Sunrise Airways as well. They connect you from Antigua to St. Kitts. And recently, from the 7th of December, we do have Cape Air, which can connect you from St. Thomas to St. Kitts. There's also an option for people in Boston where you can do a code share. So people who want to get here via JetBlue, they can do Boston to St. Thomas and then St. Thomas to St. Kitts. So that's also a new option as well. We also have so St. Kitts and Nevis is relatively close as a twin island destination. We are 2.5 miles in distance from the most southern end of the island. Therefore, you can get to Nevis or vice versa in under 10 minutes via a water taxi. So that option is available. I tend to use that quite often. Or you can come down to Bastyr, which will be 13 miles apart there, and you could opt for ferry service. We do have some that are 45 minutes, and we do have some that are a bit faster. You could get there in 30 minutes. And we also have the option via the Sea Bridge or the Iconic car ferry where you could actually take your vehicle over for the day. And that's about a 20-minute trip. But it's similar it's from the southern end of the island as well. So before you come to St. Kitts, we encourage all travelers to complete their immigration form, and they can do that visiting knatravelform.kn. It makes the arrival more seamless. So we always encourage our travelers to complete their form before arrival. Another way that you can boost the arrival experience for your travelers is they have an option of going through the Cayenne Jet Lounge. Now, Cayenne Jet offers you the luxury experience for $250 US per person. When you get off of the airplane, you meet a sign on the tarmac. You're ushered through the Cayenne Jet Lounge in a Porsche Cayenne. From there, you receive champagne, you have a meal, you can kick back, you can relax. They'll take care of all of your immigration and customs needs. So you won't have to stay in a line and go through all that. So it makes the experience entirely more seamless. So we do have a number of properties on island. I'm not going to go into great details as we do have Carrie from Park. We do have Carrie here with us, so she'll explain more. But we do have the Park Hyatt St. Kitts. It's the only Park Hyatt in the Caribbean. It's a 5-star luxury property. And at this resort, all of the rooms have ocean views where you can see Nevis from the other end. We do have Sunset Reef, which is a luxury property. It's a more boutique hotel. So if you have travelers who are interested in maybe a girls trip or, you have a little travelers who are interested in having like a little vacation or a little family vacation where they're able to buy out a whole entire property and have that to themselves, that's an option that is there for them to stay at. But it's a very lovely, beautiful property. It's also a nice sunset spot. You can catch amazing sunsets from there. The view overlooks the Caribbean Sea, sorry. Then we do have Belmont Sanctuary Resort. So it's 40 cottages and villas. What is special about Belmont Farm is that you're nestled in the rainforest. So you're under the volcano. Yes, our volcano is dormant, it's not active, but you're immerse yourself in nature. So if you're looking for that wellness vibe, then you will definitely get it from Belmont Sanctuary Resort. You can also see a number of neighboring islands from there. You can see the Dutch islands of Saba, Saint Eustatius, and Saint Martin. You can also see Saint Bart's on a bright sunny day, and even up to Anguilla as well. Then we do have Four Seasons. So this is located in Nevis. So you do have that luxury option as well. Even if your guests wanted to do like a twin island vacation, then that is possible. They could spend some days in Nevis. They can also spend some days in St. Kitts as well. We do have the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. So this is the largest property that we do have on island. It does have the largest casino in the Caribbean. They have recently renovated their spa. So this is another option that is there, and where the Marriott is located as well. Outside of the Marriott, there's a number of restaurants that your guests can walk to. So it's just within walking distance, and they're also in walking distance of the Strip as well. Then we do have the Royal St. Kitts, which is opposite of the Marriott. So these properties are located in areas where it's a bit of a tourist hub. You know, you can just walk out of your hotel, walk along the strips, many amazing breakfasts, dinner restaurants, lunch, everything is right at your needs. There's grocery stores as well. So if you need to stock up on anything, you can frequent the grocery store nearby. And that grocery store also have alcohol that you can get duty-free as well. So if you want to buy any of your alcohol and get that at a duty-free rate, you can do that. We do have Timothy Beach. Timothy Beach Resort is located right on the Strip. So it's located overlooking the Caribbean Sea on South Frigate Bay. So this is like a big selling point, because as soon as you walk outside, then you're immediately emerged onto the Strip. So you can just walk down and visit all of the beach restaurants that are located there. We do have Koi Resort. They opened in 2020. So it's a recently new resort, and it's a part of the Hilton Courier Group. Then we do have Sugar Bay, and it's a 3-star property with basic amenities. It's close by to the Marriott as well. And then we do have the Ramada by Wyndham, and they're located on the northern side of the island, where Belmont Sanctuary Resort is located as well. So you can see in the photo that you're seeing a mountain nearby. Well, that's Saint Eustatius. So that's the Dutch island of Saint Eustatius. So you can see how close our islands are relatively, and for amazing views. So romance in St. Kitts. So we offer many romance activities. You can get married here. It's pretty easy. You can do honeymoons. You can do a couple's vacation. So St. Kitts has all of the amenities for anyone who's interested in vow renewals, honeymoons, weddings, or even just a vacation. We have a number of activities such as private sunset catamarans. We do have adventure for couples. You can do a rainforest walk. You can hike Mount Lyamiga. You can zip line through the rainforest. And on my screen, you would see a number of other experiences that we do have for your romance couples. So getting married in St. Kitts, no residency required. You need a valid passport. If you're divorced, then your party will need to provide that decree. Widowed individuals, they would need to provide the spouse's death certificate and the standard fees and everything. So once you get married in St. Kitts, we do have romance consultants here on island, and they can guide you through that entire process, which is pretty easy. So other experiences for anyone that visits St. Kitts. So as I mentioned previously, we do have a number of rainforest hikes. I must say that our island, our rainforest is expanding. And why our rainforest is expanding, it's because when we closed the sugar industry in 2005, the rainforest has started reclaiming some of that land that is no longer used for sugar. Our rainforests are protected. So there's a number of activities that we do in the rainforest. As I mentioned, ziplining, you could do rainforest hikes. Who is adventurous enough, then you can definitely hike Mount Lyamega. It's at 3,792 feet. It's very beautiful up there. I have done it once. I'll never do it again. It's a pretty strenuous hike, but I would say for our adventure lovers, it's something that you definitely have to do. We also have Lyamega Natural Farms, and this farm is located 1,500 feet above sea level. In the 1980s, it was a coconut farm. Unfortunately, it got destroyed by a hurricane, and it was just sitting there for many years until around COVID. We do have an expat from Ireland, and his wife is Kittitian, and they end up purchasing the property there with the goal of bringing back coffee to St. Kitts. So they do grow their own coffee there. But what I love about the experience as well is that you're nestled 1,500 feet above sea level. There's no cell service. They offer a pretty great experience as it relates to wellness and sustainability. So they take you around the farm. You see all of the different medicinal bushes that they grow there. You sample the fresh herbal bush tea, as we call it, and you learn about the medicinal benefits of that. There is a cabin there for people who are interested in staying. You can stay there. And they also have this amazing brunch spread. So everything is sustainable. It includes the food from off of the farm. Everything is fresh. You know, they do have solar power. They have their own irrigation system. So everything is focused on sustainability. And this is a little snippet of the farm.
We wanted guests to be able to stay up here, to be a part of something unique. No data, no distractions, just natural environment. We don't spare any expense on doing things properly.
Then I recently spoke about the Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park, which is a World Heritage Site. This site took over 100 years to be built based off of African slave labor. But, you know, it's a testimony of how resilient our forefathers were, and it's an amazing fortress. When you go there, you're just amazed about the architecture that still stands strong. You know, you see all of the cannons layouts, the amazing vistas, and it just tells the story of our history. And this is a quick.
The mere fact that people from all over the world come and enjoy the beauty and the significance of the hill is testimony to the fact that this is a symbol of survival.
Then we have the scenic railway. So the scenic railway is one of our most loved activities by visitors to the destination. And it's also known as the last railway in the West Indies. So what the owner of the scenic railway did is that in 1912, sugar became centralized in St. Kitts. So railways were built to transport the sugar from all the plantations around the island into the central sugar manufacturing factory in Bastia. When sugar ended, these railways were then converted into a tour. So the look of the engine that you're seeing is a replica of what the engine looked like back in the days of when we were transporting sugar. However, the carts have now been converted to transfer passengers, and you will go around the island and you would learn about our history, about why we became Sugar City, as well as you embark on these amazing vistas. Now, an added plus about this tour is that you are served rum, 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 and more rum. So, you have that immersive experience. You get to drink, and you'll also get a bit of a Kititian cultural experience as well. We also have Caribel Boutique, and this is located on the same land, Wilmfield Estate, where Thomas Jefferson's great-great-grandfather lived. So this is where the plantation house was. However, prior to that, when our local native Indians, our Caribs, lived on the island, this was the home of the Carib chief. Today, this now hosts Caribel Boutique, and this was bought by an expat, Maurice Witterson, who has been on the island for a number of years. And he brought that boutique making experience, the Indonesian experience, to St. Kitts. So at this site, they do have a shop that features many of the colorful batik drawings. And you can also book an experience where you can also go behind the house and actually make your own batik. So you can actually make your own batik and take that home with you. We do have the Kititian Rum Master Program, and this is in 2 parts. So the first part is where you do the theoretical part, sorry. You do the theoretical part at Wingfield Estate, where you go around the estate, you learn about the activities that occur at the estate. This was one of the wealthiest estates on the island at the time. They did have animal power, wind power, they had water power, as well as steam engines. So you can understand all of the processes that went on here to produce sugar. However, we didn't realize that it was also a rum distillery until maybe you could say about 6 years or so ago, when the architects were actually digging around the site and they saw some pits, which they thought were indigo pits at first. But after careful examination, they did realize that they were actually rum pits. And so that is why, as they got the relevant documentary and all of these things, and they did the research, they realized that this was actually, in fact, the oldest intact rum distillery from 1681. Today, they have brought back the rum component to the site, which they named after the area that it's located in, the Old Road Rum. So from here, you go around the site, you learn about the history of the rum, you can taste the rum, you can smell the rum, and you try to pick up the notes of what the rum is made from. From this experience, then you venture on to Spice Mill, where you'll go to the hibiscus rum tour. And from here, you will bottle and make your own spiced hibiscus rum. And you will also get to make a cocktail from the hibiscus rum. And after you complete this entire experience, you'll become a certified Kititian Rum Master. We do have the Fairview Great House as well. This is a French plantation house. Today, the plantation house reenacts what a plantation looked like back then. So as you go through the house, you would see what a plantation home looked like, how the bedrooms look, how the kitchens looked, everything like that is a reenactment throughout this site, as well as they have their own rum experience as well, where you get to sample the Brintley Shipwreck Gold rum, which has a number of flavors as well. And then you also have an experience here where you can cook like a Kititian. So you have that option of where you can learn to make a local dish as well that's offered here. We do have ATV adventures that take you off the road. So that is an option for people who like off-roading. Then we do have those as well. We also have a number of water activities. For people who love sports, who love water sports, we do offer that, from catamaran cruises. We do have dive, snorkeling. So we have a number of things that you can do while on island. Recently, St. Kitts has won Caribbean's leading dive destination for 3 years in a row by the World Travel Tourism Awards. So for all of our dive lovers here, we welcome you to come down and, dive the number of wrecks, our reefs, our vents. There's just so much to do. And then things to do, we do have a number of events that occur on island. So yearly, we do have the Nevis to St. Kitts Cross Channel Swim. So it's the 2.5-mile stretch from Uwali Beach in Nevis to Cockleshell Beach in St. Kitts. This year, we had about 300 participants from around the world. Next year, it will be held on the 29th of March, and we do anticipate about 500 people participating. Thus far, I know that 400 people have already signed up. So if you have any travelers that are into adventure and who are into sports and they love to swim, this is something that they could definitely experience. We do have a number of activities. As a destination, we want to become a year-round destination. So we do launch our Summer of Fun campaign. And what it's about is about telling our visitors that during the month of summer, there's always something to do in St. Kitts. So we do have the St. Kitts Music Festival, which is always held the last full weekend in June. So we are inviting you all to come out June 26th to 28th, 2025. And it's 3 nights, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we do have a number of artists. So you get to experience a number of different artists from a number of different genres. And the general entrance fee is $50 per night. They do also have other VIP experiences, which are a bit more expensive, but for $50 per night, you do get to see about 7 to 8 different acts. Then we move into July, where we do have the St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week. What is special about this event is that the Ministry of Tourism teams up with the Ministry of Agriculture in St. Kitts. We find out what fruit or vegetable is plentiful during that time of year, and we have the general public vote. So they do a vote to see what team ingredient they would like to be featured for Restaurant Week. This year, it was the papaya. We had many participating restaurants on St. Kitts and Nevis who created specialized papaya menus at discounted prices, and everyone went out and dined at the particular restaurants. But we also do have a number of events that take part during this time, such as tasting showcases. We do have a Grill Fest competition, which is a community competition where we have local grillers around the island. They come and compete against each other, and it's a family event as well. So you do have people coming in and, they're buying the different the grilled fish, grilled lobster, grilled pork, grilled chicken as well. So it's a really good experience in July to have in terms of anyone who is interested in culinary. And then we do have our Sugar Mass, which is our carnival. And our carnival spans 2 years because it starts, save the date, the 15th of December, 2024, and it ends on January 2nd, 2025. So our carnival is a bit special as it spans 2 years. But on New Year's, that's when we're in our feathers on the road. So if you're on island during that time, you're free to come and partake in carnival. If you don't want to do the carnival aspect, that is fine as well, because one thing with our carnival is that it's just focused in a certain area of the island. So even if you're on island, you wouldn't necessarily know that a carnival is ongoing unless you journey into the capital. Dining in St. Kitts. So we do have a number of restaurants in St. Kitts. St. Kitts is one island that you can get a lot of different types of cuisines. We do have high dining areas as well as relaxed areas that you can just go out and be at by a picnic table and indulge in fresh seafood, lobster, shrimp, and just have an amazing experience. But we tend to offer dining opportunities for everyone. And then we do have the Frigate Bay Strip, which I mentioned a bit earlier. So once you head down to South Frigate Bay, you will come along a strip that's lined with multiple beach bars, and you're free to go from beach bar to beach bar, whichever one fits your vibe. You can just hang out there, or what we locally call, you'll have a lime. So you can lime at all of the beach bars. Friday nights tend to be a very popular night for the strip. And we do have a little food court as well located just above the strip area. It's called the Retreat. And they do have a number of restaurants there as well that serves Mexican, Thai, Indian, and Chinese cuisine. Now, the Makana Ferry. So for people who may want to venture to different islands, you can take a boat from St. Kitts and visit Saba, Statia, or St. Martin. So this is also an opportunity for you to explore other islands as well. Then we do have our port terminal, which is Port Zante. And this is our cruise port. I know I saw someone in the comments say that they came here on a one-day cruise already. So you do have that. We do have cruises that come to St. Kitts as well. And these are some of the cruise lines that have come here: Carnival, Princess, Norwegian, Celebrity. We do have Royal Caribbean and a number of other world-class cruise lines that visit the destination. So we do have what's new. So we do have 2 new restaurants at the Strip. One is called Surf St. Kitts, which is a seafood restaurant. And we also have another restaurant called the Sommelier. So you can have like your wines and your tapas. So we tend to add different experiences on the Strip. Orchard Bay, which is a completely Italian restaurant, they recently did an expansion here. When you go to Orchard Bay, the food is amazing. You can catch an amazing sunset. And I guess things have been booming so well here. The reviews have been so great that they decided that they needed to do a bit of expansion to this space. Spice Mill, where you would do the hibiscus rum tour, they are going to add a rooftop experience as well. And from Spice Mill, you also get a pretty amazing view of Nevis. And then Belmont Sanctuary Resort, they are currently working on adding their spa. So their spa, they will have a spa experience there quite soon. And for more information about the destination, please feel free to reach out to Susie or myself. And that's it in a wrap for me.
Thanks, Jeanette. Okay, Carrie, over to you.
Thank you, everybody. I'm Carrie. I am the Director of Trains and Sales for Park Hyatt St. Kitts, and I'm actually based in Florida, but I'm currently in Atlanta right now, freezing, so bear with me. I'm going to turn off my video while I'm presenting, just to make sure that my presentation will flow through easily. But hang on one second. So welcome to Park Hyatt St. Kitts. As you've seen the presentation of Jeanette about the destination, it is truly a magical island. This is the first and only Park Hyatt hotel that we have in the Caribbean, and I'm very, very fortunate to be part of this team. We opened our doors in 2017, so we are relatively new in the market. As you can see here, we are located in the southeast of the peninsula. We sit on a 20-acre lot, and compared to other Hyatt hotels that you may be familiar with, this hotel is not a huge building. We are multi-building, that's 3-story high. shaped like a crescent round. So as Jeanette mentioned earlier, 99% of our rooms have a view of the water and Nevis. I'm going to show you a quick video. I hope we can host you next year. So as you can see here, we do cater to honeymooners, couples, multi-gens, wedding market. We also do incentives. So if you have any of those clients, we do welcome them at our resort. And for next year, we actually will have a new program in place that really caters to the multi-gen families. So feel free to reach out if you need any help. We have a total of 124 rooms. 44 of them are suites, and we currently have 3 villa products. As you can see here, when they built the resort, they really wanted to tie in the history of the island. So all over the resort, you'll see a lot of like plantation home feel to it with a modern take. If you're on the ground level, you can easily walk out on your patio and walk to the resort. If you're on the second level, you have a balcony. And if you're on the third level, you do have the rooftop pool and the rooftop deck area as well. In terms of bed configuration, we have either a king or queen. We also have options to connect rooms. So we do cater to a lot of your clientele. For our suite products, as mentioned, 44 of them are suite categories. We have plunge pool suites and plunge pool deluxe suites. So the difference really is the size of the rooftop deck, but it is my favorite room category because you have your own privacy, you have your own pool in the room, and you have a magnificent view of Nevis and the water. Our villa products, we have 3 of them. All of them will have indoor-outdoor kitchen, laundry facility, a dedicated butler. These room categories are brand new. We did a renovation this year, and they are available for festive already. So hopefully your clients will get to experience it next year. This is the entryway to our presidential villa. The 3-bedroom presidential villa, this is the closest to the beach. So if you have any clientele that would like to walk out of their room to go in the water, this is the room category that you would want to book. In terms of dining experience, we actually have 3 restaurants on site. So the top picture is our Stone Barn restaurant, where it is dedicated for adults only, and we're open for dinner. This restaurant actually won Best Fine Dining Restaurant in the Caribbean in the past 3 years. Fisherman's Village, this is our take on the huts that used to surround the island. And this is where you can have your Caribbean meal, your seafood, lobster, and seafood dishes. And then our great house, where you have your indoor-outdoor dining area and a beautiful view of Nevis. This is our all-day dining experience that has international cuisine. For those of your clients that would like or are celebrating special occasions, we also have an option to do destination dining, where they can have their special meal in one of our cabanas, on the beach, inside our sugar mill and whatnot. In terms of activities, because we are on the Caribbean side, you can easily paddleboard, kayak, and snorkel from our beach. We do have lots of cabanas that they can use, loungers. They don't have to fight for their seat if they're staying at our resort. We also have our Top Golf swing suite, where they can practice it's a golf simulator and a soccer simulator. It can also be used as a karaoke place if they want to. Those traveling with families, we have our Island Fort Kids, which is our Camp Hyatt. It has an indoor-outdoor play area for the children. There are complimentary and paid activities for them as well. For all of your clients that will be staying with us, we do share our weekly activity guide, where you can see the different options available for them. during the week of their stay. My personal favorite activity in Park Hyatt St. Kitts is really stargazing. If you've been to St. Kitts, there is no light pollution there. So the last time I did this stargazing activity, I actually saw Saturn with the ring. So it's a wonderful, wonderful experience. I hope you can, experience as well in the future. For the size of our resort, we do have 9 treatment rooms and 3 of them are couples room. The picture that you see here is a sugar mill. This is a replica of a sugar mill. And this is where you do sound bath, you do yoga, you do meditation. But as I mentioned earlier, it is also used as a destination dining option. So imagine there's moon, there's candlelight, and then romantic dinner for your clients inside the Rampart pool or the sugar mill, sorry. And this is just an overview of the resort. You do have a family-friendly pool and an adults-only pool. So even though we cater to both sides, if you're not traveling with children, you still have the privacy and the calmness if you're reading a book in the pool area, and then the family can have an enjoyable time as well. Like I said, I'm based in Florida. Feel free to reach out if you need any assistance. There are offers in the market that are available in the different portals. And for next year, please be on the lookout for the multi-gen programs that we have in place. So if you have any question, feel free to reach out. Thank you all and happy holidays.
Thanks, Carrie. Okay, so what I'd like to do is just open up to the general Q&A, and I can see a few questions in there already. To the questions with regards to emails, I'm going to send a follow-up after this, so everyone will get all the video, absolutely everything, so don't worry, and all relevant contact details. There are a couple of questions, perhaps Jeanette might be able to answer. There's a question here, and I know what I would say to this one, but it might be different. Are the rainforest hikes easy or hard hikes? Jeanette, what would you say to that?
Okay, so we do have a number of rainforest hikes. They do tell you the level of those hikes, but for those who do not want to hike in the Wingfield Estate area, you can actually do rainforest walks. So it's not strenuous at all. You
Yeah.
would walk near the Wingfield River. It's a bit topped off, so it don't normally run full stream because it do provides water now to households within that area. But there are many times when we do have a lot of rain, you would see the river run again. But we do have hikes in that area. We do have amazing rainforest guides that will point out to you the different plants in the rainforest and the medicinal benefits. So it's always an immersive experience that would definitely pull you in. But we
Yeah.
do recommend that once you're on island, if you think about doing a hike or even a rainforest walk, be sure to always book with a tour guide.
Okay, thank you. And I've actually done that hike, and it's okay, even by my standards. That brings us into nicely the next question. When is the busy season? Well, it's kind of from now, really. Jeanette, is it advisable to book tours before they arrive into St. Kitts, or what's the time frame if their clients were thinking about doing some tours? Would they be able to do it when they're on island? Is there some sort of timeline that they should adhere to?
So they can book, in terms of tours, you can either book in advance or you can book when you get on island, especially when you're staying at a hotel, because there is the concierge desk and there are the tour desks as well. So you are able to book tours from there. But if you're one of those people who want to know what you're doing in advance and want to get your tours booked, there's also that option of you doing it in advance. Busiest times on island. So around now we are at peak. So peak is normally between like November to about April. Then you approach the shoulder season, like May will get a bit slower. June will pick up because of the music festival, but from July to about October, it would still be slow because, that is primarily what they call the hurricane months as well. St. Kitts has been blessed that we haven't been, in a direct path of a hurricane since maybe 98 or 99. So during this time, it's still a pretty cool time to come down and explore the destination as well.
Okay, amazing. The next question was about the email that I will share, and the one after that was sharing your email. So no problem. Obviously, I will follow up. Is there a best time to go? Well, we just mentioned that. Just FYI as well, I was on island in St. Kitts in October. Really fortunate enough to stay at Carrie's wonderful resort, Park Hyatt. And if there's any, well, there are, I know, UK travel agents on here. Think about October half term. The weather was amazing. The water was amazing. It was just a really wonderful time to go in October. So that would be one of my top tips. Okay, Carrie, there's a couple of questions here for you. For Park Hyatt, can they purchase a pass for the day?
Yes, but we are very careful about the day pass, because we do sit at the southeast of the peninsula. We offer it, but we want to be mindful of our in-house guests as well. So there's, if it's available on our website, then you can purchase it. Otherwise,
much?
that means it's been maxed out.
How much would that be typically, or is it seasonal?
It's not a seasonal pass. It depends if you buy a cabana. Again, it's based
Yeah.
on availability, on occupancy of the hotel. So you can do the cabana with F&B, you can do loungers, so it varies.
Okay, brilliant. Another question for you, Carrie. What is the maximum number of people in the villa?
So our villa, so the 3-bedroom villa, it has 2 king beds, 1 queen, and a pull-out couch. So if you count 2 people in every bed, so you're looking at 10, and then you can put a rollaway.
Okay, amazing. And is there a set menu price for the specialty dining in the cabana or on the beach, etc.? Is there a set menu that you have?
We don't really have a set menu. I mean, they're thinking of prefix menu. The only prefix menu that we have is really at the Stone Barn for dinner. Everything else is a la carte. There is an option also to do an all-inclusive supplement. And this started out during the pandemic, and we are a Park Hyatt. We're technically not an all-inclusive hotel. But we do have the ability to offer that supplement, and it's a real all-inclusive.
Oh, amazing.
But on the, on the flip side, when you compare it to a real all-inclusive, the pricing is very different.
Yeah, sure. Okay, well, that probably answers some of the other questions about all-inclusive properties. There aren't any, apart from Wyndham, which is not on sale in the UK. Is Wyndham all-inclusive, Jeanette? Is that an all-inclusive property?
No, it's not an
No.
all-inclusive.
Okay, so there's no set all-inclusive hotels in St. Kitts. I quite like that, get out, explore the island. There's, like Jeanette said, there's amazing sort of restaurants and places that you can sort of go and eat and drink outside of your hotel. Do most travelers rent a car while in St. Kitts, or is there a transfer option readily available? Jeanette?
It depends on your length of stay and what you want to do. So you do have that option to rent a car. As soon as you leave the airport, your rental will be there for you. The car rental place will take care of all of the necessary permits that you need, or you can take a taxi as well. All of our
Yeah.
taxi operators, they are also certified tour operators,
Yeah.
so they know a lot about the island as well. And once you stay at a hotel, they would be more than willing to call a taxi to take you where you need to go.
Okay, amazing. Another question about the time you need at the airport. Clients prefer to hang back at the airline as opposed to sitting at, the hotel as opposed to sitting at the airport. I think that is just regulations for the airlines stipulation in terms of check-in. I think they have their minimum sort of 2-hour check-in. That's not set by the hotels or anything apart from the
Yeah,
airlines. I would say on that
but
one, just check.
the UK travelers,
They get
you
there
know, they
early.
can actually do the Kayan jet departure as
Yeah.
well. So if you don't want to stay in the departure lounge at the airport, then you can also do that Kayan jet option, the same luxury experience that you got while going in. You can
Yeah.
get that while leaving as well. And They even have showers there. So if you wanted to take a shower and, you know, have a
It is
meal,
amazing.
do your
Yeah.
champagne, that whole experience, it's provided to UK travelers.
And then when is the rainy season? When is the off season? I guess rainy season. I mean, you know, it's a tricky one, that one, because you know, the Caribbean generally has changed. I mean, there's rain pretty much sometimes every day, but I would say typically September, would you agree, is kind of
Yeah,
rainy
it's kind
season?
of like that, but what I say about the Caribbean is that if we do have rain, we don't have rain every day. Or rain may fall for 15, 20 minutes
Yeah.
and then the sun is back out. So we don't have a day of constant rain unless a system is out.
Mm.
So yeah, like this morning I woke up, I knew there were rain. Right now it's bright and sunny outside. You would never tell that we had rain.
Exactly. Another question here I'm seeing is, when is your off season? I think typically a slight slower season would be from May through to October. Are there any fam trips available? Yes, I run them from the UK. We have 2. So if there is a absolutely compelling reason why there's a UK travel agent here listening that feels that they need to come to St. Kitts, then you let me know. And then the last question before we do a little competition, Carrie, how many accessible rooms do you have at Park Hyatt?
We're supposed to have 1% of our inventory for ADA.
Okay, brilliant. Okay. And just to sort of conclude the webinar, it's been really fantastic. Some great questions. Thank you. What I will say also from a UK perspective is that all the hotels that you saw on the presentation this afternoon, you can access those through Gold Medal. You can access through Hummingbird. So that would be your call to action. All the hotels in January, I know we're all gearing up for peaks, so keep your eyes peeled. It's a fantastic destination. It really has a lot to offer, and it packs a massive punch. So think about St. Kitts for your January sale when you're doing that. Okay, and last but not least, we're giving away a prize, and I have a question. And the
Just
question I
before
have,
you do that, everyone
yes,
go to chat, make sure that you drop down says everyone. So as a reminder, we all get, for being live on the webinar today, a prize draw point. The person that answers fastest finger with the correct answer, and Susie is going to advise this just in case she needs specific spellings or anything. Yeah, no pressure, Susie. And if you can pop the question into chat and just make sure you are on everyone, not hosts and panelists. Susie,
Okay.
sorry, go on.
So no worries. So the question was, and it was during Jeanette's presentation, there is a wonderful mountain, and I'd like to know the name of it. And when you go up this mountain, which is 1,500 feet above sea level, whereby you can learn about the amazing sustainability, and you do a lovely farm tour, have an incredible brunch, and there's a massive focus on sustainability. What is the name of that amazing mountain? Oh, it's a lot.
Okay, so
Oh.
first of all, does it have to be spelt correctly? And then secondly, does it have
Oh,
to
what
be
do you think, Jeanette? I don't want to be too
entirely up to
cruel.
you?
I'm going to say the
No,
first
Emma
one.
spelt it correctly, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to
She was
say,
the first one that
yeah,
came
let's
to
go with the
me.
first one. So whoever that was,
Yeah, I'm
Emma.
seeing Emma Vipont on my end.
there you go. Brilliant.
Perfect.
Congratulations.
And you have your 10 points. I will let you know tomorrow when I send all the details out to Susie, the winner that was pulled from the spin to win. So
Thank you. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Sarah, for hosting us. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Don't worry, I will follow up and everyone will get all the information. And have a wonderful Christmas, everybody. And I hope you have a really successful January sale as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Susie. It's been amazing. And thank you, Carrie and Jeanette. Great presentations. Don't forget, keep selling St. Kitts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.